She like, give me one more chance. All I do is give her cash. She get the cash, she drop it so fast. She on the pole, she doing her dance. I'm like, mommy, come give me the stance. I'm like quarterback and she a hike. I don't give a reach out, she rockin' the mic. She got hands, she gon' go out of sight. Take the mood and you rock it or not. She from Melbourne and I tell her she can go get her hair permed. She can go get her nails done. Then with me and my crew, she can run. She can do little backflips. I know she gymnastics. Working money flip like ass. In the air just for practice. She like, oh man, just give me one more chance. Will you come back? I'm like, hell no. I be going to November. I'm not December.
Yo, check. Trying to make it back from the streets when it's safe. Focus on the rap game, not the flow, I got it mastered.
What's good, everybody? Welcome into Who Got Game. It is April. We are in the middle of basketball heaven right now. The NBA took a backseat over the weekend to the Final Four, and tonight we got a full slate of NBA games up against the national championship game. We're going to be talking a lot of hoops here today and talk things NBA fantasy. We'll get into the NCAA, and we've got a very special guest, one and only Buster Scher is going to be joining us in just a few moments to talk about all of those fun topics, but also we're going to get into the world of collectibles where Buster knows more than most. So he's going to give us a little education. But first and foremost, let me bring on my co-host, the man who needs no introduction, BD, Baron Davis. BD.
What it do?
What it do, man? Hey, you were streaming all weekend. I was with you for the Final Four. It was a lot of fun. I had to dip a little early. I was not there for the end of the UCLA game, which I cannot believe I missed.
I don't know why you left, dog.
One of the hey, man, I got to keep things good on the home front. It was the wife's birthday. Yeah,
told you to. What did I tell you? I said leave before the game, and you stayed around and you hung around. You know what I mean? And then when you lose, dude, you're only as weak. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and I think that's the reason why they got that.
You blaming this on me? I'm taking the heat for this one.
Hey man, you left. They hit a game-winning shot. I told you to leave before the game started.
Well, yeah, you should have known better than to trust me with this when it comes to jinxing a sports team. But I mean, that was an incredible game. What are your quick thoughts on that? I mean, UCLA had a hell of a run. But what was that moment like when they tied it up with 3 seconds left and then you watching those next 3 seconds, what happened? Where were you? Paint the scene for everyone. What was it like?
So we were live at SLiC Studios, doing some pre-halftime post-game. And so we was in our little control room, me, my Earl Watson, Monique Billen, Chris Johnson. And when I saw Juzang make the layup, I immediately, just like all of my point guard, spidey senses, just said, pick up. Like, you know what I mean? it was just too much time left, right? Mm-hmm. And as soon as you go like this, or like that's like a half a second to a second where you have to come back down, then trigger yourself to get focused, and then this kid is hitting some incredible shot, man. I mean, just shout out to the Bruins. I thought we played great. We'll be back tonight on SLiC Sports doing the live finals, but we'll discuss UCLA, we'll discuss Houston and losing, and also the finals. But I think the Bruins, man, have everything to be proud of. We had an event here at the studio lot, and it brought a lot of Bruins together, old Bruins, new Bruins. And so anytime you can do something like that and have this Final Four appearance, as you know, it just brings the culture of people and the community of people together.
Absolutely. It was like a UCLA family reunion, and any excuse and opportunity to get back together again. I mean, so many of your former teammates, mentors, people who then you went on to mentor the next generation. We had players who from the women's basketball team just declared for the WNBA. Michaela was here. I mean, it was a fun event, and it's going to do so much good for the program. I mean, really, California is the mecca of basketball right now. I
Talk
mean,
that
maybe it
talk,
always
baby.
has been, but right now, I mean, you got USC was in the Elite Eight, UCLA the Final Four, you got the Lakers, the reigning champs, the Warriors just came off dynasty, you got the Clippers, they're retooled and ready to go. I mean, it is a good time to be a basketball fan in Los Angeles or in the state of California. Stanford women's team, they just won too, man.
They just
Cali,
won.
man. Well, we're going to get into all of that.
California love. Shout out to, California. But like I tell people, it's a lifestyle here. Basketball is a lifestyle. It's an industry. It's a lifestyle. It's like it is a 24/7 thing. It is a 365 thing here in LA and, in the Bay. But more importantly, here in LA is just that is the fabric, right? That is like the underlying. If you want to get underground, you want to be about the culture, you got to get into that LA basketball world.
Absolutely. Well, you know it better than most. I mean, you are the LA basketball culture. You're a fabric, part of that fabric of it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
much.
much.
That's what I'm here
so
for.
Nice.
Yeah,
you're so
exactly.
nice.
You told me to say that, but I'll say it anyway.
I just texted that to you.
Thank you for that. What's my next line? But we will be streaming live again tonight, pregame. Tap in SLiC Sports at their YouTube page. There it is right there, youtube.com/SLiC. Heyo. So check it out. Pregame, halftime, postgame, even some commentary during the game from some UCLA Bruin legends. And we'll be talking hoops all night long. But first, let's bring on a very special guest here today to talk about all things NBA and another guy who's a fabric part of the NBA community. Buster Scher is here. What's up, man? How you doing?
Buster. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me.
Buster. Arrow rolling.
Yeah, keep going, B.
Oh. Ain't gonna have to wrap the Buster Rhyme part though.
That's
the collectibles. Hey, that's the collectibles.
That's about as good of an intro as I can. So thank you.
That's right. Yeah. Any more, we'd have to pay a royalty. We had to stop right there. But Buster, I mean, the founder of Hoops Nation, the founder of Cards Nation. You also host the very popular The Buster Show. You have turned your passion for basketball and the NBA into a career and a profession. And back when you were just starting, let's go back to the very beginning when you were founding Hoops Nation and just posting things. Did you have any idea that like this is something that you could do for a living, or were you just doing it to have fun because you love basketball?
No, I really started doing it just for fun. It started because I was posting about fantasy basketball. Because at the time in 2013, I was 13 at the time. ESPN had, everywhere it was fantasy football, and that's all the kids that I was friends with at the time cared about. But I was a basketball fan. I was never a football fan. So I decided, if ESPN wasn't going to go out and make that blog or that page, I might as well. So I did, and it didn't work at all. Like it totally failed. Nobody cared. I did it for 2 years regardless though. But then after like a year and a half, I decided I would make it a little bit broader and test, a different, larger audience. And then I made it around the NBA. And then eventually that became Hoops Nation.
Wow.
So, man, big shout out, and then just talk about, I want to ask a question. Just talk about being young and like, what is it like to work with the league, from where you are now? You work with a lot of people in the space. Talk about that because there's a lot of, young people that want to hear this message.
I think everything starts with what you can do for the other person. And as long as you're over delivering in any business context or any personal relationship context, another opportunity will always come your way. So the thing that I would say to my younger self, and the thing that I would say to anybody else who is doing what I'm doing or wants to do something similar, is just to make sure that you are delivering more than you're taking from everybody. And if you live by that, compounded, it turns into really cool things.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Like
you just gotta, it's like BD. You gotta be the first one in the gym, the last one to leave. It's the stuff that happens between the game. That's really, it makes a difference. I mean, I'm sure you saw that in you throughout your entire career.
Yeah. You also have to have some skills too. So you can't go to the gym and work on everything. You gotta, if you are a defensive guy and you're not a great shooter, then you're probably like a lifting weights guy, but you're in the gym all the time, and you're working on specific things. But I think the same thing when it comes to media, digital media. Pick a lane, go hard, and there's going to be other extensions and antennas into other lanes, but just make sure you become something. You know what I mean? Become something. And that's why I always believe in team is like it gives you a space to be something, right? And ultimately, if you're just a rah-rah guy and the sparring partner, like if you spar well enough, you and the game comes, you put in the game, you're gonna perform, you know.
Totally.
But Buster, talk to me about this damn NCAA finals that I'm not looking forward to.
Because UCLA didn't make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. That was a crazy finish. I was having a group chat debate the other day on which was more impressive, Kemba Walker's MSG game winner or that game winner. I went with Kemba's because it wasn't off the glass. It was clean. It was a set play. And that gave it for me. But if they end up winning tonight, I think it does give it a little bit more weight.
Kemba Walker hit a game winner in the tournament?
I don't know if it was the tournament.
I think it was the Big East tournament. I think it was like to win the Big East tournament, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Buster, you're telling me that I just want to know.
Yeah, he's coming.
I'm just curious, you know what I'm going with this, Jason. You mean to tell me that Kemba Walker's shot in the Big East championship game was better than Jalen Suggs' shot in the Final Four to send his team to the national championship?
The group chat debate was which shot was more impressive, not which had more, tournament significance.
It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. There's not even a comparison. I mean, if I was in the group, I'd just be like, yo, it's not a comparison. And I would leave out of your group chat. That's what you should have did, Buster. Well, Buster, you went the opposite direction. So explain yourself.
Thanks for being our guest, Buster. Explain yourself. What the hell, bro?
Buster don't know. I haven't had my can.
No,
so I'm kind of like a little like on edge. Usually the can,
This is why I love BD. BD and we did a live stream once, and he came on as a puppet, and we did the entire interview as BD the puppet.
Dude, that was
Bart
so
Oatmeal.
Funny. Hey, that was Bart Oatmeal, dude. Bart Oatmeal hijacks my shit sometimes, dude. He is a gangster, dude. He is a fucking puppet gangster.
Yo, but the comparison should be that shot that just happened that Jalen Suggs hit, or how about Chris Jenkins of Villanova, a buzzer beater to win the whole thing? I mean, why are we talking about that? That is nasty. Yeah. That's crazy.
That was on the kick out. That was on the kick out. That was on the kick out. That was on
Jordan Poole had a nice one a few years back as well.
Michigan. Yep. He had a good one.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, make me go research something I haven't seen.
The homework. That's right.
But that's a big shot, though, bro. Like, God,
big shot.
It's crazy.
It broke my little heart, bro. It's just like, not my big heart. It broke my little heart because it was just like, damn, yo, this was. But if you're gonna lose, that's the way. I'd rather lose like that than by 30.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, you've been in that situation. You've lost buzzer beaters and you've gotten blown out at times in games. In a big game, would you rather just be a wrap from the start or a heartbreaker finish like that?
I'd rather know that I gave it all I got.
Yeah.
Right. And I competed all the way to the end. And whether it's one mistake or two mistakes that could have cost us the game, I'd rather live with that than getting blown out and feeling embarrassed and know that I ain't even, like, for some strange reason, 30 years from now, I didn't show up to fight, is like, that's what I'm more concerned of, more concerned with is so, when you're approaching the game, I'd rather lose close than lose by 30,
Yeah. I feel that. I mean, the entire UCLA Bruins staff, players, coaches, they all should hang their head high and have a lot of pride in the run that they did going from the first four to the final four.
No, for sure.
And pushing the best team in the country to the brink in overtime, taking a miracle buzzer beater to eliminate them. Definitely.
That was great.
Buster, do you have any college cards? Like anything that's college worthy or collectible worthy?
Well, the thing about college collectibles is the second that those players are in the NBA, they go down in value. So they're not very not very appreciable assets because for somebody like Zion, let's say you have Zion's Duke rookie card, that's valuable until Zion's Pelicans rookie card comes out, and that's the one that everybody wants because that history isn't final. You're always betting on the future of these players unless they're an all-time great like somebody like Jordan.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Now, I want to get into all this because you're an expert in this space. I mean, I see but you know your stuff, and you're a great follow on Instagram, on social media. You talk about this all the time on podcasts and shows on your own show about the world of collectibles. And we've seen over the last year with COVID and quarantine and people being shut down, and then the explosion of the Last Dance documentary, people going through their old card collections, and it's just been booming and taking off. And this is something that some people saw coming. Guys like Gary Vaynerchuk's been talking about it for years. I know you have. People have been into the hobby, but it really hit a tipping point over the last 6 to 8 months. So talk us through, for those who don't know, sort of the difference, where you think long-term value is versus short-term value. What's the riskiest investment? Because there's a lot of places to invest in, but whether it be sports cards, whether it be autographs. I know you have a lot of autograph memorabilia, tickets, game used tickets. Like I was there for Kobe's last game.
Right.
I have those tickets. I looked it up. It's like the ticket stub is going for $1,500. It's crazy. I'm glad I'm a hoarder and I keep this stuff. And NFTs, in the world of NFTs and Top Shot, what are you invested in, and what do you think is the smartest short-term play and long-term play?
Yeah, so I'm invested in just about everything that you just mentioned. So there's no specifics there. I'll start with collectibles, right? Like you said, the last 2 years really have just been out of this world in terms of interest, demand. And the reason that things have gone up so much in value is because for something like, let's use the 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan rookie card, there are only 320 in pristine condition. The amount of people that wanted that PSA 10 Jordan rookie a few years ago was, a couple of thousand, and that's why that card was worth $20,000. After the Last Dance, and even leading up to that with the rise of sports cards, that number became, went from a couple thousand to probably 100,000. And that card went from being worth $20,000 to being worth $750,000. And that case study, though, is true across a lot of cards. You could have bought a LeBron James PSA 10 Chrome rookie card in the summer of 2018 for under $1,000, and recently some have been selling for upwards of $35,000. So you're looking at 35x, 10x, 20x multiples across the board with so many different types of cards, and that has been something that's really incredible, really just because the demand goes up. But anytime that things go up, that much, that quickly, everything gets riskier. So you have to be much smarter. You have to be much more conscious of the potential downside in investing in a lot of cards, and, cognizant of things that can happen. You could buy a Zion Williamson National Treasures, knock on wood that he's fine, but RPA for $100,000 and he gets injured, that card goes down in value significantly. So making sure you have a diverse card and collectible portfolio, like anything, across active players, which are the riskier investments, across legends, for cards that haven't gone up 5, 10, 20x, because they can go down half that. And even if they go down half that, the people that got in at the beginning are still happy. And then, you can also get into things like what I'm interested in, which are, you see some presidents behind me. Yeah, this is an example of an Abraham Lincoln signed document from the year 1865. This was him appointing the Postmaster General back in 1865. So that's an example in the autograph graded.
Yeah, I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him at all.
You don't like Lincoln?
No, fuck Abraham Lincoln.
Maybe you like this guy, Usain Bolt, signed Olympic ticket.
Yeah, I fuck with him. Yeah, I like Usain Bolt. Right, I don't like any of them dudes behind you.
You don't like all those white guys?
No, I'm not fucking with none of them presidents. Absolutely. I'm fucking with that for sure. I'm not fucking with George Washington. That ugly motherfucker sitting next to him. I love me some Pele though.
Yeah. All right.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is gonna be interesting. So what do you think about Larry Bird now?
I love me some goddamn Larry Bird. Woo! Hey, bro.
Show us that. What did he sign?
Let me see that.
So
What is that
is
he
my
signed?
guy.
This is the signed ticket to his own Hall of Fame induction.
Let me get
That's
that.
dope.
How much you want to sell that for?
Oh,
Maybe for you, but not for anybody else.
I need that. You know,
put it on the market. We'll make deals happen.
I want to do a documentary on Larry Bird. So how about this? How about I buy into half of it, right? Then we call Larry Bird. Larry Bird, let me do the documentary because I feel like Larry Bird documentary. Isaiah, I'm gonna do one on Isaiah Thomas too. Yep. I feel like they documentaries is gonna hit, bro. Larry Bird is my guy, yo. Oh my fucking goodness. I used to have nightmares as a kid as a Laker fan of Larry Bird.
Well, you know, this whole card.
Show me another one.
Well, hold on, BD. First, this whole card boom really started over the summer with the Last Dance documentary, right? And Jordan cards went through the roof. There's a Magic Johnson documentary that's about to come out not too long. It's in production.
To be over.
Right? So, Buster.
You gotta have Magic cards on deck.
That's what I'm saying.
Magic cards on deck.
You look at like the news like that and then invest in Magic thinking that there's going to be a spike in the market. And if I get in now, it will go up.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
Well, you know, that can be good. Sometimes I invest in news. For example, the moment James Harden was traded to the Nets, I went on eBay and bought the nicest James Harden card I could find. And that went up a bunch. But there are examples of that not going so well. So, you know, a Magic Johnson.
It's like the stock market, right? It's like the stock market.
A Magic Johnson doc is much better because he's solidified as a great of all time.
Right.
He can get injured. Anything can happen. Like he's like a Pokemon character. Yeah. You know, his history and his legacy is so solidified.
That's how I felt about all my Bill Cosby autograph set, and that tanked. I thought he was solidified, man. I'll buy
that from you too.
Oh, you want that? You don't want the presidents? You want my Cosby?
You don't like Leonardo da Vinci?
Oh,
I fuck with da Vinci.
You got it. What do you have at da Vinci?
This is a 1952 Topps Look and See. So in 1952, which is the first year Topps put out cards, the famous Mickey Mantle.
God damn. They're selling a Magic Johnson Topps card for $175,000.
There's maybe if that's his PSA 10 rookie, but barring that. These are a lot of like Cleopatra, her 1952 Topps Look and See card. Yeah, dude, I love this.
Bro, do not get me involved. This is okay. So right now I have the opportunity to buy a 1981 Topps. This is not a rookie card though.
Well, you can post anything. I could sell anything for $200,000. Will someone buy it?
PSA mint, but it's 1981, so it's not a rookie card, right?
Yeah, Baron. The best way to get a lot of this stuff is in auctions, which verifies prices. And you know, if you're serious about wanting to get a great card, I'll help you.
I do.
There are lots of ways to mess up.
I almost feel like I gotta go into my grandma's garage because I got everybody rookie card. When I was a kid, I used to collect like crazy.
Yo,
crazy,
BD,
crazy looking.
Low key.
I got like a Ken Griffey.
Yo, this is a live stream pitch right now, but I think we should take a camera into that garage, and it's like almost like those Storage Wars BD edition, where we go into your grandma's garage to find all the old awards, trophies, cards, relics, and let's uncover that, live stream that. I want to see that. Boom.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And Buster will be our expert. We'll have him chime in and say what it's worth. He'll be live appraising.
Well, Jason, Barron's cards sell for a lot.
Well, it's funny you should say that because we're going to be doing some giveaways over the next couple of weeks.
Sell for a lot.
Hold on. And we have here.
Man, what are you talking about?
Yo, Buster, we have 25 Baron Davis rookie cards in
excellent condition. We need to save them shit, dog. Hey,
BD is autographing. He's autographing all of them, and we're going to be doing different giveaways if you follow us on social media. So stay tuned. Follow us SLiC on Instagram, SLiC. for more because we're going to give fans a chance to win autographed Baron Davis rookie cards that will probably be mad that we just gave them away for free a couple months from now, years from now.
Let me buy them from you, and then I got some other cards that my cousin made. So Buster, like my cousin, right?
What?
Yeah.
Your cousin made some cards?
Yeah, hell yeah. When I was a rookie, he made his own rookie cards and I signed them.
All right.
And they in mint condition, but he made them. They like hood cards. Are those valuable?
I don't know if there's any market for them, but
hood cards.
Anything that you sign, since former NBA player, people know who you are, you can get graded by PSA, which is the grading card company that grades all of these. They can authenticate your autograph, and that at least puts some value on it.
Yeah, because I wanted to start my own card company, and because he just showed me, and I was like, damn, dude, these hood cards could be something dope. You know what I mean? Because it's like not just basketball; it's just got people in they hood stats. You know what I mean? They high school.
I want to see this. Yeah,
they rec league stats, like what the hood say about it, right? So you have like all this information on these cards. All this information on these cards, like NBA stats, reporters. They ain't even saying the right shit. But a hood card. A hood card is giving you the real zuzus and wham whams of if this person was good or not. You know what I mean? So they got some hood cards of some dudes, and it's just say like, yo, don't even waste your time. This motherfucker is sorry.
That's amazing.
That's all it say on the back.
Like 80% genius idea, 20% Shark Tank parody.
I like it. The zuzus and the wham whams. That's the stats I care about.
You gotta have the details, man. You know,
that's
like,
right.
Because you're looking at these cards, you're like, because I'm telling you, I was a big card collector. Yeah. And when I was a kid, we didn't have NBA games, bro. Right. So I would take the cards and do matchups. So every day I come home from school, I open a different pack of cards, and then I would start putting teams together. I would get the whole Denver Nuggets with Fat Lever, Kiki Vandeweghe, and I would have to run these games in my head to figure out which team was really better. Fat Lever had a better stat package than Michael Jordan. At one point in his career, Alvin Robinson was up there, and so that's how I was ranking the top two guards, point guards, things like that.
I like that, but that's what's so cool about investing in cards. I can make a lot of money, but also there's such feeling associated with it. It brings a lot of joy and memories of childhood. I mean, I remember my card hustle back in the day too, and all the games that I would play collecting cards, and tapping into that nostalgia while also an investment is not only a way to potentially make a lot of money like Buster can do, but also have a lot of fun with it too. You can bring that question back up, or was that a question? I didn't see that. My brother, I think, still has a bunch of basketball cards. Oh, that all right. Well, thank you, Reefism. That's good to know. I thought that was a question, but that was just more a comment.
Okay, so a 1980s tops, $99. It says Magic Johnson rookie, 2 different. And what does that mean? What is the lingo? I'm trying to get.
If it's $99, it's probably a reprint, so don't buy it. There are so many different brands. Obviously, Topps, Fleer was the big card company at the time for basketball when Michael Jordan was a rookie and Magic Johnson and Bird were rookies. So there are just so many little specifics.
Yeah,
you just needed to research to understand.
I got a card question for you, Buster. Yep. So LeBron James, I'm from Cleveland, and I've always been a big LeBron guy, probably my favorite player of all time. And like you were saying, there's risky investments like these young guys. I love Ja Morant, but if Ja Morant gets hurt, I mean, Derrick Rose could have been a safe bet. His career might not have gone the way that he had hoped, even though he's had an incredible career.
People spent a lot of money even back then on D Rose cards.
Yeah. So, I see why the younger guys investing in big cards can be a little riskier than a MJ, a Magic, a Kobe, a Shaq, a LeBron James, who we already know is in the GOAT conversation and still playing, can still continue to write that. I believe that investing in LeBron James, rookie cards or cards is probably the best bet in basketball, card collecting. That's my opinion. I'm biased. if I wanted to get in and have a couple high value LeBron cards, where do I start? How do I go about doing the research, knowing when is the right time to buy and what to buy? Because as BD's just searching right now too, there's a lot out there and a lot available. It's hard to know. Where do you start?
Yeah. So for context sake, now is a really high price point for LeBron. In December, for example, you could have bought a PSA 10 LeBron Chrome rookie for $9,000. Now it's upwards of $30,000. So, maybe it could go to 70 or 100, but obviously there's an equal chance it can go back down to 9 or below. Personally, if you asked me, would I buy? Because the thing about any card is, if you own it, and you're not selling it, like let's just use this Miles Turner example. I also collect guys that have been on my podcast, so that's why I have like all these guys. But let's say Miles, for example. Forget where I was going with that, but that's all right. You gotta pay attention to the market over a long period of time. You look at the last 3 years. And you see that a Michael Jordan signed card was $300 way back when, and now you can't get one for under $5,000. It's up to your own judgment and instinct to decide whether that's going to go up 3x or down. But if you own a card, I remember now, if you own a card and it goes up in value and you're not selling it, it is the equivalent of you buying it at that price point. So owning a bunch of OG LeBron cards. I guess by me not selling them, I am technically buying them at the prices they're at. But would I sink another 35,000 into a LeBron Chrome 10 right now? Probably not. But if I had BD money, maybe I would. There's all
what
that.
Does that mean? What does that? What does that mean? So are you telling me, should I invest in a LeBron card right now?
I mean, I think that
are you going to lose money on that? He's going to get inducted in the Hall of Fame. He's probably going to win more rings before he's done. Long term,
you're going to be good on that,
right?
So
long term.
So how much are you telling me to spend on this card?
Well,
I think how much can I get this card for?
Well, I think starting out, you want to get a bunch of different stuff. You want to get some Jordan. You want to get some Wilt. You want to get some Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You want to get some Kobe. You want to get some LeBron. You want to get a bunch of those guys. I wouldn't just dive in on just one huge one.
So this dude has an estate sale, and he has a bunch of.
You're looking at estate sales?
Oh, wow. How are you finding this, BD?
Man, I got this website. It's called wish.com. I just went on, and then I got this web, this kind of like web widget. It's called price.com. And so I use price.com on my browser. And so anytime the LeBron rookie card come up, price.com will say, hey, but they might got one at the Salvation Army for $35.
We got them hood cards with the Zuzus and the Wah-Wahs.
Man, yeah, them hood cards. That's what I'm trying to ask. Buster, he's selling these hood cards now for like $1,000.
Who?
My cousin.
He's selling them. People are buying them.
Hell yeah, they think they're valuable. He got James Harden, Westbrook, and they got all their stats, but like they hood stats, what they call them, what people in the hood call them. You know what I mean? Their game is described in like hood connotations. You know what I'm saying?
To be clear, this is totally made up.
What is? He made it up.
It's a thing, though.
Yeah, it's
a real thing. I need some.
Bro. Not everybody can be Flair and Upper Deck and Tops. You know what I mean? This is a white man's world, and so as black dudes try and get into the card space, and he got hood cards, how can someone like Buster, you know what I mean, authenticate him, right? Or like there are no black owned card companies. And that was his whole thing. Like, man, I'm about to create hood cards, go after Flair. He don't have a license, but can he get a license?
So companies have exclusivity on the 4 major sports. So Panini has exclusivity over the NBA.
Why?
Topps has exclusive because they paid for it.
But are they good cards? Like are Panini cards good cards?
So one thing I will say, there needs to be more competition in cards because right now there's monopolies on each
good cards.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, and you'll see
Rufus, you on, baby.
Panini has made mistakes where they've put the wrong photo of a player on a card, like an actual mess up, not a printing malfunction.
Yeah.
And I think that's, a byproduct of there not being enough competition. You can be a little bit lazier, and that ends up with a worse product.
We got a question. Upper Deck was my favorite. That was my favorite back in the day. Do they still make cards?
You're starting to be one of my favorite people right now, Reefism, asking all these questions.
Yeah, thanks, Reefism.
Appreciate that, man. Hey, when we get to the top, Reefism, when we have our damn event, our 25 or 100 episode event, you are definitely there.
And maybe get a BD autograph BD rookie card too.
And we're going to put Jason Zone high school stats in an NFT.
That's right. Announcer, Shaker Heights High School basketball team. Look at this UCLA guy right here. Look at that.
Man, that's
nice
good.
eye cut.
How about that? We're just giving this away. Okay.
I love it. But yeah, he asked if Upper Deck made cards. They do. Yeah. They have the hockey exclusivity, so they have rights over the NHL, and they also have both LeBron and Michael Jordan signed exclusively. That's why you don't see their autographs in modern basketball cards.
I got a crazy quick story for you. So a friend of mine, a guy I've done a lot of work with in sports in the past, years ago, he worked at Topps, and his first deal he ever did was 2003. He did the deal for Carmelo Anthony to be on the cover of the box of Topps cards his rookie year. But the card market wasn't what it is now back then. And people only wanted autograph cards. LeBron had an exclusivity with Upper Deck. So people really wanted the Upper Deck rookie cards. They didn't really want the Topps cards. As a thank you to my friend for doing this contract with Melo to be on the box, his boss at Topps gave him 3 cases of Topps 2003, 2004, the rookie class Chrome boxes. So there was, I don't know how many boxes probably come in a case.
Boxes, probably 12 boxes.
Can I get one of those?
He 30? Gave away all 36 because so no one wanted.
The numbers on that are about 36 times 15,000. So whatever, 15 to 20,000. Like
he gave get them shits back.
He gave every single one away as like, I did a deal with this person. Here's a friend. He gave them all away as gifts, as holiday gifts, because they thought they were just kind of junk cards, whatever. He didn't even save one for himself.
What a guy. I mean, that sounds like some Baron Davis shit.
Yeah, we should bring him on. We should give him a free BD rookie card to make up for that because
we should tell him to introduce us to Topps so they can sponsor our show.
Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Eric for
shout out Eric at Topps. Hook us up, man.
Well, he's not a Topps anymore. He couldn't live with himself after that deal. But yes, now I want to quickly talk about NFTs because this is a space that BD is heavily invested in and creating. So I want to get into that. But also NBA Top Shot has blown up the popularity of it. We've done a lot of live pack breaks, and we're going to be doing a lot more of them in the coming weeks here on Who Got Game with NBA Top Shot. Are you invested in Top Shot? Do you prefer real actual physical cards that you can hold and assets versus NFTs? What's your take on this market? And we're clearly just at the beginning, but is it too late? Because for some people, they already feel like they're too late to the party.
So like any market, tons of ebbs and flows. Top Shot, for example, I'll use just an overall NFT volume comparison. So about a month ago, there was about $19 million per day traded and purchased in volume of NFTs on OpenSea, on Rarible, on Top Shot, all of it combined, 19 million a day. Now it's just 3 million a day. So it's gone down significantly in the last month. And I think in the next month, it'll be down to $1 million a day. So with that being said, I think that the excitement of the newness drove people to just throw money at it like nothing else. And now we're seeing a market correction, and it's going to flatten out to where it should be. And then it can go off again, similar to what happened in 2017 and 18 with Bitcoin and Ethereum. It was this crazy spike. It went, Bitcoin went to $20,000 for the first time, and then it tanked. I think we're in the middle of a short-term version of that for NFTs. Long-term, I believe in the good ones. Top Shot, I love Roham, the founder, and the whole team. One thing I will say though, my number one, litmus test with any new NFT platform is how easy is it to put money in, and how easy is it to take money
out. Buster.
Right.
Hey, yo, Buster. Keep them collectibles rolling. And he talking about NFTs, and he right on point. That's
right.
what I'm talking about, Buster. Talk that shit, man. Talk that shit.
They do have some problems because when you go to take money out, there's a 6 to 8 week approval process just to be able to take money out. That's a problem that puts them really, it lowers their score on my 1 to 10 NFT grading system.
So Buster, I've been working on some NFTs. Do you think it's now the right time for me to be putting my NFTs in the marketplace? And what do you recommend that I do that would give me, I don't really care about the financial success, but just what could I do that would be super cool, right? To run it up for athletes to be yo, the shit is going down, because now everybody's NFTs, and this, why did this sell for millions of dollars? And I can explain it, bro. But I keep telling people that don't mean your shit gonna sell for $1 million. You know what I mean?
Absolutely does not.
Can you talk to me if you were my NFT advisor, what, or partner, how would you help me kind of navigate through this world?
Yeah. So utility is the number one most underrated thing in NFTs. Top Shots, for example, don't have any utility yet. But NFTs is just this new short form, acronym for what is
copywriting your fucking photo, right?
For what has existed, for so many years in video games. People buy skins. When you buy a skin in a video game, you're using a cryptocurrency from within that game. And that skin has utility. The utility is you wear it on your character and it makes you feel good and it makes you look cooler, or it increases your performance in the game. So how do you take that same, ideation and apply it to whatever NFT you're doing? So Baron, for you, maybe it's running games like basketball games that are exclusive to people who own your NFT. There are lots of different things that you can do that way.
So I can have a Baron Davis basketball tournament in the NFT. Is that what you're saying? Or
no, I'm saying for in real life, for the people that bought your NFT.
It's almost like the admission ticket. They get an NFT and then translate that to a real world experience.
Yeah. But the other thing I would say is you have to price it so that other people make money. You're not judged by, the success of your NFT. You're judged by the
price point, $100, $200. When can I charge $10,000 for an NFT? And what would make Buster buy a $10,000 NFT from BD?
Well, here's what I'll say. I
drugs.
It's all supply
and them drugs. $10,000, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
$10,000 worth of drugs for himself, he'd be dead. Cancel him out, baby.
No tolerance there.
No.
But it's all about supply and demand, and also scarcity. So if you're releasing 100 of them, you're not going to price them the same as if you're releasing 5 of them. So it all just comes down.
So if I'm releasing 5, right? And I charge $5,000 a piece, what do I need to put? It has to be something exclusive or something they can get. So I have this artist. So my puppet, my live puppet, he has an actual album, right? You're one of the few people to meet him. Jason has met him, and he has an album. So if I put that in an NFT and charge $1,000, you know what I mean? But he kind of crazy, the puppet. He was on this NFT thing, but he was he wanted to do an OnlyFans and all that shit and charge people for him stripping. He was yo, nobody ever seen a puppet strip. They would pay for that shit with my video, but but I was yo, just put the music out. You know what I'm saying?
So what was your question?
I didn't pick up a question.
So music wise. So I'm saying if I were to promote this dummy, you know what I mean? Or this puppet, and he had an album, right? And he was only gonna put out like Blau did. He put out like 100 cassettes. Is it the cassette with the album that makes the NFT valuable, or is the cassette, the T-shirt, live show, you get to be there, that drives the price up?
It's the demand that drives the price up. You know, a lot of these ones that sell for a lot of money are auctions. It's not even a set price. So it's just bidders bidding against each other, like a physical collectible or an NFT. You know, it's all about just getting people who want it all bidding on the same thing.
Got it.
The market sets the price. What is BitClout? I keep hearing about BitClout, and I know you've talked about it. Could you explain to me, BD? I don't know if you know about it. I really don't know what it is.
It's called bullshit.
Right.
Okay.
So you know,
bullshit clout.
Similarly to my point before, you judge a platform by how easy it is to put money in and take money out. BitClout fails on
It's
all
a fucking scam, dude.
Because it doesn't allow you to take money out. And I will never put $1 into a platform that doesn't allow me to take money out unless it's
giving you something.
Yeah.
They're not giving you shit.
So
BitClout
what is the
is a
premise of
scam,
it though,
man.
Buster? So I get that it's a scam potentially.
Right. So it's like Twitter, but if you could buy cryptocurrency of your favorite influencers and creators and artists, which in theory is a great idea. I just feel like, you know, people are pumping their own stuff, and these are people who aren't familiar with how markets work. And on the back end of that, a lot of people lose.
Got it. Yeah, man. I mean, this is so great because, you know, I've been really studying this. I would say like over the last I made an investment like 4 years ago into, you know, this whole NFT blockchain space, looking at, you know, NFTs, and I fully understand it. And I understand where OpenSea, where a BitClout, where Ethereum, where a Nifty, where they all kind of play. What do you see? Like, what do you see as the future in this marketplace? And like, who has a chance to win? And has that platform been built, you know, for you yet?
Yeah, so I'm actually an advisor for a platform called Eternity. And what we do is just authenticated NFTs of celebrities. So our first 3 drops are going to be Tony Hawk. We're partnered with Tony, partnered with Muhammad Ali's foundation to create NFTs for his foundation around some of his greatest fights. And then we also have Fernando Tatis in one of the early drops and a bunch of other people. But, you know, where the trust lies is in knowing that you're going to be able to make money on the secondary market. So pricing those things accordingly. And that's one of the things that I'm helping, you know, advise Eternity on. But also, you know, authenticated NFTs, meaning, you know, there are a lot of NFTs out there of, you know, LeBron James. LeBron hasn't made an NFT yet.
Right.
We want authenticated NFTs, you know, who are licensed.
Meaning authenticated by the celebrity.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Exactly.
And so you're very similar to OpenSea, or are you more similar to Nifty? Like, are you building the brand that way?
Yeah, so neither of them really, because, you know, OpenSea is great in allowing anybody to upload an NFT. This is very specific. It's only going to be about 1 drop a week, where OpenSea is like 10 every second. And Nifty is a little bit further, you know, in limiting what they're doing, but they're just putting out so much stuff that it's really different, and all great platforms. But, you know, obviously I'm biased.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thank you for chatting with us about all of this and really doing a deep dive and education for me on a lot of these topics. Absolutely. Before you get out of here, I mean, this is an NBA show, a fantasy basketball show. We got to talk about your New York Knicks. BD once a Knick, always a Knick. I know you've got love for the Knicks.
Recognize.
Hey, they are having a great year. What are your thoughts on where they're at right now in the East, and what you're hoping for the rest of the season? Because they're sort of in this, like, are they a contender? No, but like making the playoffs would mean so much to Knicks fans and to the franchise. So what are your hopes for the rest of the season as a Knicks fan?
My hopes are to win a series or two, man. Like that would be really, really huge, not just for this year, but just momentum going into next year and future years, and the young core getting some playoff experience. Playoffs at the Garden, albeit a limited crowd, would be incredible. So
is that realistic? Let's take a look at the NBA standings real quick and see like where the Knicks are at.
Good, man.
They do. Julius Randle's playing great. So right now we got the Knicks at the 7th seed, but obviously, it is neck and neck. That would open with Brooklyn.
We were at the 4 seed 3 days ago, so it's a 1 game difference.
That's true. Man, it's 1 game from where the Hawks are. So I guess it's all about matchups. You got a lot of time left. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I tell you this about the playoffs. It's going to be a lot of upsets because there is just no clear number 1 team in the NBA this year. And nobody is like running away with that. You know what I mean? And so
nobody's healthy either.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It would be.
You look at Charlotte. Yeah. You look at Charlotte, like they still a game up on the Knicks. I feel, or a game behind on the Knicks. You look at what happened. Like I don't even understand what happened to Toronto this year.
Yeah, what happened with Toronto? They've just fallen off.
I think they just fell off from the bubble, right? I think they just kind of like never kind of could refocus. This is not like they don't have it. You know what I mean?
Why made the team and broke the team.
Well, yeah, I would say like he's a big fucking reason why they were so good, man. And it's like you start to see people's real true value when, that glue guy is not around to like make up for people's mistakes. But they lost Gasol, Ibaka. I just think that they've done they always do a good job of like keeping talent. But this year, I blame Pascal and I blame Kyle Lowry. But I also blame more of the team for like it seemed like everybody's been playing the whole season in limbo. Am I not? Are we making playoffs?
And they haven't been playing in Toronto too. I mean, that's got to be a factor. They've been living in temporary setup in Florida. That's not their true home. Dealing with that's got to be an issue.
That's brutal.
They're in Tampa. So
every game's a road game.
Yeah, and that's obviously been a factor. It's just been like going from the bubble to temporary situation, every game being a road game. That has clearly affected them. Well, Julius Randle, where does he rank in your Knicks love? Because he's having an all-star season this year. He's been just incredible.
My favorite player is always the best player on the Knicks. So love Julius, love RJ. That's just how my fandom works. I'll take any of those guys over LeBron or over all these other guys, not in skill, but in terms of like team fan affection.
Yeah. And hey, Obi Toppin, I was a big fan and very high on him in college. He hasn't had that much of an impact. We know Tom Thibodeau doesn't lean on rookies as much as most coaches does, but what's the outlook for Obi? The rest of how are you feeling about him as a Knicks fan? Have you still have hope that he could be an impact player, a starter in this league, or is it just too early to tell?
I've seen enough Kevin Knoxes to not set my expectations too high. But on the other hand, a kid like Emmanuel Quickley has just been amazing. I'm trying to buy some of his rookie cards now that the Prism product is out. So
for sure. Cool, man. Hey, Buster, thank you for joining us here on Who Got Game. We really appreciate all of your time for talking hoops with us.
Yeah.
You're in our fantasy celebrity basketball league. Now, you're not a super active manager there. Do you even know who is on your squad, Buster?
Buster, you're a fantasy guy. What is your reservation?
If my life was on the line, I could not tell you who's on my fantasy team.
Wow. Do you want to see your fantasy team? Here it is. There you go. This is your squad. Jamal Murray's been holding it down. Zion, okay. Covington's been all right. Gobert, great. And Clint Capella. But you've had a lot of injuries. Jaren Jackson Jr. still hasn't suited up this year. That's your squad.
We've got a lot of
too.
Dude, Sleeper is the best fucking app, man. What's wrong with you, Buster? What's wrong with
Buster?
You, man? You're being a buster right now. You're being a buster.
If
you're on Yahoo or fucking ESPN right now, dude, you're really being a buster.
I need a fantasy GM. That's what I need. I'm hiring.
You know what?
Yeah.
Next year when we do our fantasy NBA,
Yeah.
which is probably coming up next week because the season will be over and shit. Off track too. What we'll do is we'll take a fan and we'll have co-owned teams.
Smart.
With the players and the fans, because
That's a good idea.
I mean, you fucking influencers are a piece of shit, man. I tell you, man, you guys are fucking.
I mean,
Buster,
I
picked
Buster's got to show up. He's got to show up for the draft to consult with his team manager, and then I mean, BD, you outsourced your squad to your godson to Cosmo.
My godson is a genius. He got us back in the rankings.
That's right.
And I was a piece of shit, Buster. I tell you, like it was tough. And so until my godson, shout out to Cosmo, he came through. You know, now we have foundation. And so next year we just gonna get people who really know what the fuck they doing, and not like the people who just like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, yeah, let's do it. But
Smart. Yeah.
Because I can't lose, man. I can't lose. You know what I mean? Like I'm hot. That
you started weak, but you are on a bit of a win streak now.
Hold on.
Ranked 10th.
I won last week, yo.
Yeah, you were 5-9. You're 6-9 now. It's getting better. It's getting better.
I can't believe that I haven't.
No.
Yeah.
They cheat. Well,
no.
They can't cheat.
Yeah.
Let me see that one more time, please.
Yeah. Take a look who's in second place, and I'm taking on the crazy 88 this week.
How the fuck is Killing Me Softly number 7 at 6 and 8? That makes no sense. Who did this fucking board? Where's Pavi? Fucking Pavi TP drafted Donovan Mitchell with his first pick.
I did it, guys. It was my fault.
Hey.
I left the record wrong. It doesn't matter, BD. I lost last week to Jason, but you're still losing overall.
Well, the playoffs start soon. Buster, you better luck next year in fantasy.
Buster,
you're lucky there were no consequences.
Get you a fan. I know.
Yeah, no consequences.
Next year we'll haze the people who do not make the playoffs.
I think next year everyone who's in has to put up a collectible. The winner will get it. It could be anything. It could be BD. It could be an autograph, Baron Davis rookie. It could be anything you want from your own collection. Something from your collection.
How about everybody put a collectible box together and you get to blind pick, but you got to drop something that's valuable in one of the 3 boxes.
I think these are all good ideas.
Okay, I like this. All right. Well,
let's see that again. Let's see that again.
Now it's fixed. Now there's 7 and 8. It's a 3-way tie for 7th place there. So you're 1 game out of that, BD. You can still make the playoffs. You got a shot.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Buster, roll with your dog, Buster. Buster, hey, I'm doing it for the influencers. Yeah, all those guys in front of us, they really do this. Like we're rookies to this shit, man.
Yeah,
and so
I'm doing too much other stuff.
Newcomers.
That's right. Buster, thank you for joining us, for being here on this part podcast, part brainstorming session, part educational lesson on all things collectibles. You've been awesome. We really appreciate it. Let everyone know where they can follow you and all of your adventures, everything that you got going on.
Yeah. Follow @Buster. It's my personal handle, or Hoops Nation, or Travel Nation, or Ocean Nation, or Cards Nation, if you're into any of those sub niches. My podcast, The Buster Show. Those are the best places. Thank you.
Dope, man. Dope. Buster, we really appreciate it. Good Knicks. Thanks for being here. And we'd love to have you back and let you know how our collectibles and NFT markets and collections are doing.
I just bought a locker because of you, Buster. I just bought somebody's locker. So we'll see how many cards we get.
Let's go. Let me know.
500 boxes of cards opened.
What?
Unopened.
You just bought like someone's garage?
Like an estate, like surprise locker?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Buster, I want you to advise my cousin Rufus for hood cards. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
See?
All right. Well,
so
Buster's in. You got Buster's seal of approval. That means
got
something.
hood cred. Buster
Just
got hood cred.
watch Buster, like the ads running now, and it says endorsed
Okay.
by Buster. I think it's a great idea, Buster.
The last thing, and I don't want to say this on my other show because I don't want to give people this idea.
Yeah.
But I always say that I'm highly upset that the Crips do not own crypto tokens. Right. And so I always go to the Crips, like the leaders of the Crips, the biggest of the biggest Crips. And I'm like, dude, imagine if we created this NFT that was a Crip card, and everybody who wants to be a Crip or say cuz they would buy into this Crip card. And so I was thinking, like, would that be something cool and like of value? Like, that's a hell of a market, dude. When you think about like all these people who like pose and want to be thugs and gangsters, like imagine if you had like a Crip token and like, you know, like you at a club and you like, oh, cuz, and they like, what for you? You what? You're like, oh, I got this Crip token right here. It's like, okay, you're a Crip, you're a Crip. What do you think?
I know nothing about that market, but it sounds hilarious.
Okay.
Oh,
Sort of
man.
like basketball. If you was like playing on N1 and it was like, oh, you're on N1 team.
Right.
Crip, being on
Got my
N1 team.
cryptocurrency right here. That's what we're talking
Jason,
about.
gotta watch out, dude, because the Bloods may be out of you. If
Shit,
the
man,
Bloods
don't
may be
use
out
this
you.
quote.
Yeah.
All right, Buster, why don't you get out of here before you regret coming on?
You
as
better
a
get
guest.
out of here before you become gang affiliated on this show.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'll see you
Thanks.
guys.
All right,
Buster
thanks,
will never come back again. Thank you, Buster.
That's
We
not
really
true.
appreciate
Buster's
it,
our
man.
guy. He knows my humor.
He knows what's up.
He's gonna
That's
be on
right.
my show.
That's right. Yeah. I feel kind of like we're on season 2 of What the Fuck with Baron Davis right now. It's always breaking out. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, I'm sober, so I'm sober. I'm happy.
That's good.
You know, it's Easter.
Yeah.
The Lord died for my sins. And so I get to like have a fresh start, dog. Like, you know what it means to have a fresh start? That shit feels good. You know what I'm saying? That shit feels good, man. So
I feel that, man.
Everything that I've done up until yesterday is you know, forgiven. And so, you know, fuck everybody who don't forgive me, because if the Lord forgive me, I'm good.
That's right. So fuck all of y'all.
Absolutely.
It's a new day. Here we go.
Man,
and speaking
I
of
feel
a new
great.
day, in fantasy basketball, you got a big matchup this week because you are taking on our own Pavi. Let's bring Pavi on because you need to win this to make the playoffs, BD.
Oh,
it's
my
coming
God.
down to this week. Pavi, you're on mute, my man. Let's get him off mute. There you go. Okay, he's
And
plugging
then look,
in.
That's my
there you
bad.
go.
That's my bad. That's
but
my
look,
bad.
hold on. He is so focused on beating me that he
Very
went and
focused.
bought my pictures and put them up in his office.
Yeah.
Lord have
That's
mercy.
right.
Are you obsessed? Are you obsessed
I
with
gotta
beating
win.
me
G.
this
I
week?
gotta win. I am. Yes.
Those are cool in the back, though. Where'd you get those?
Nah,
Those are dope.
These are really fire.
Is that how you do all your opponents? Like make a shrine to them before you play?
Whoever
them
he's
fantasy?
playing that week.
I gotta study him. I gotta study him. You know.
Let's
I
look
That's
at
how
our
he
matchup.
wins. That's how he wins. Yeah,
Let's
you want
look
to see
at
your
our
squad?
matchup.
Okay. Oh,
Let's look at our matchups.
you just
BD
like
versus
testing
Pavi.
CPG.
Let's look at our matchups.
I've already set my full lineup. I've literally already set my lineup. Completely set my full lineup.
You're the
That
games
was
of the
not
week.
what we asked for. You know, our producer over here talking all this shit is sitting over here just having his little lunch. You know, he having his little lunch, having a good old time. He's nervous too. I'm about to catch him. in the fantasy.
Well, yeah, you guys got a big matchup this week. You got a big matchup this week, and there's a lot of big games in the NBA this week. Let's take a look at some of the biggest games on the NBA schedule. We've been so focused on college basketball. Here's some big games in the league. Started with tonight, the Mavs take on the Jazz, two teams jockeying for position in the West. The Celtics and the Sixers. Joel Embiid is back in action. The Suns and Jazz,
Celtics
another great
are
matchup.
So disappointing, man.
Yeah, what is up, man? What they are so disappointing this year.
God damn.
They've had some injuries, but still, like Marcus Smart is back now. Is it Kemba's injury? Like, what is it?
Speaking of Celtics, a comedian from Boston just walked in. Reedo
All right.
Brown. I'm sure he's a huge Celtics fan. Let's see if we can get him on the show. I don't think he knows shit about basketball, but he is.
Well,
funny.
we'll see. You never know who's going to stop in on Who Got Game. That's the fun of it. That's right. Pavy, I think Pavy is going to come. You're going to go get Rico, I think.
No. Where did Pavy go? He ain't said nothing. We had him on the show.
I don't know.
What's up, dog? You ready to go? What's happening?
Nah, we got to get the other homie in.
We talking to you right now. We got a matchup, dog. You ain't gonna talk shit.
I'm gonna win, bro. Like I set my full lineup.
Let me see that. Let me see. What's your matchup?
Well, this is
I can tell you I'll
tell you right now, according to the
started?
Sleeper app, he's got a 75% chance of winning.
To win, G. I'm going to
75% chance.
I'm going to win. And you're not making the playoffs. You're gonna lose to me and not make the playoffs.
You need to win this week, BD, to make the playoffs. He is starting Steph Curry, John Morant, Karis LeVert, Jeremy Grant, Christian
Steph,
Wood,
sit out.
Joel Embiid.
I actually know my team is slightly different. I picked up Bamba and I picked up Kevin Porter.
Yeah, Kevin Porter. That was a good pickup for you.
Kevin Porter.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that's a good pickup. BD starting Kyrie, Halliburton.
Kyrie, Halliburton against Detroit. I'm starting Rubio against Boston. I'm doing this right now. I'm starting.
I see on the right now.
Detroit. I'm starting Aaron Gordon against San Antonio. I'm starting DeMar DeRozan against Cleveland. Okay. I'm starting Vujacic against Toronto.
Okay.
I'm starting DeLon Wright. I got Trevor. AD, he back. They announced that last week.
Is AD back?
No.
Yeah, you need AD back. Anthony Davis on your bench. That's not helping you. Already losing LaMelo.
I got RJ Hampton. I just picked him up.
Okay.
You like
You're gonna have to make some moves.
You like RJ Hampton? He been killing.
He had a good game. He had a really nice game.
Are you not feeling RJ Hampton? I picked up Miles Bridges.
Okay. That's a bad pickup right now, though.
Why?
Melo can't throw him live.
Whatever. Be talking shit.
Well,
all my guys are trending up.
Yeah, the Sleeper app is great. It does show you who is trending up, who's trending down, who's getting dropped, who's getting picked up in the league. It really helps you save a lot of time, sort through who to pick, who to start, who to sit, and what games you're going to start. BD, I'm interested, though. You started, in the Sleeper app, you just pick one game that your player's stats will count for that week. You picked Aaron Gordon against the Spurs on the second night of a back-to-back. He plays the Spurs again on Friday. I'm curious why you picked the second night of a back-to-back. I mean, for some guys, it doesn't affect them, but for others, that can be rough.
Some guys play well on back-to-backs. Sometimes it's the first game that, it's a little rough. Or, the second game is usually when dude's tired. It becomes early in the game. You can catch a rhythm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then also the way I looked at it for Aaron Gordon was, he's a young guy, he's a mobile guy. And so when you're matching up against the team for the first time, you're going to be more stuck. You're going to be more in the game plan.
Yeah.
The second time, it's like, this team, so you got a chance. Like the game will be a little bit more wide open. And so if you look at the NBA and a lot of the back-to-back games, they're scoring like 130, 140 points. Nobody's playing defense. So I like my chances that way.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. You got to get a big W this week if you want to be in the plus.
I'm thinking, should I pick up RJ Hampton?
Yeah. I mean, it's all about with a rookie like that, it's feast or famine. It's boom or bust, like if you pick him on the right night, he could go off. Or you could start him on a game where he gets, 8 minutes of action and he's not getting much run. So it's a gamble, but
it's really tricky.
You might need to take a gamble.
I mean, there's just nobody really that I'm just like, that's available that I just love,
All right. We do have another guest coming on. BD, do you want to introduce him? Reedo Brown.
This is my dog, Reedo Brown, one of the great comedians, actors. He's tearing it up, on all your digital platforms. I say for me, he's one of the next great comedians and great just talent content creators.
Appreciate it, man.
You know, he
What's going on?
Love it. Welcome.
Comedy shit with him for SLiC.
And I know a little bit about basketball too. I heard what
you don't know a little bit about.
I know a little bit about basketball.
Okay,
okay.
Come on, let's get into it.
What's the question?
Ain't no question.
Well,
what's going on?
Reedo, where are you from? BD was saying you're from Boston. So what's up with your hat? What's up with the hat? How can you be from Boston?
I don't.
It's
not a baseball thing. I don't watch baseball, so I get.
So are you wearing a New York hat to be cool?
Yes,
definitely. This is the best baseball hat ever. This is the only reason.
Just Jay-Z made it more famous than a Yankee can. Okay, all right.
Everybody knows that. BD, you know that.
Confused. No, I don't.
We're talking about basketball, though. Why are we talking about baseball?
Well, I see a Boston guy with a New York hat.
I wear Dodger hats. I wear hats that say LA on them. I do not wear Yankee hats. I do not fuck with the Yankees. I'm not a Yankee fan.
I'm not a baseball fan.
Okay, but you like that hat?
Yeah, this hat is fire. It's the best hat.
Oh my god! And you from Boston?
Don't let the Boston fans see that.
Hold on,
let your Boston people see it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's your baseball team?
My baseball team? No, I don't have a baseball team. I don't watch baseball.
Yeah, because if you said the Red Sox,
see, if I said the Red Sox, I'd have got in trouble. I'm not letting BD set me up for that. I don't.
You're already
baseball.
in trouble.
I completely don't watch baseball, man. I like that.
Guests come on this show so that we can just rip them apart.
Today is one of those days where we just feel like fucking with people. Tell us what's happening with the Boston Celtics.
Well, with the Celtics, man, I really thought when Hayward left, it was gonna be enough, like, people to really get the job done, man. But losing Hayward, I'm like, damn, I think we let go of the piece we should have kept. Like, the way he
Gordon Hayward was the piece y'all wanted to keep.
The way I look at this team, we got two people. We got Tatum and Brown who play the same position, bro. Like, as much as people don't want to say it, they play the same position. So you're watching them go down the court and they're taking their turns. Tatum probably gets more shots than him, but Brown is really stepping up. If you have somebody like Hayward in there Hayward's like, I'm gonna get my shots regardless, instead of watching you two go back and forth, I think it would have been a better team.
Then what was Hayward
with Tatum and Brown?
Did Hayward play with Boston?
He did in the bubble. He played in the bubble, and he was not playing so great in the playoffs, at least last year.
He was like the third, fourth option then, though.
Yeah, that was.
You know my problem with Boston?
Tell us.
Equal opportunity coach.
So he's just trying to spread it out to everyone too much?
The problem was when he had Isaiah, it was easy because you had one guy who could really score, right? So you could play to that. And I think that's what his kind of coaching and the way he leads is like really team sacrifice. Whoever scores, we win. No, but you got fucking real pros now. And now these dudes are superstars. You know what I mean? And so Gordon Hayward didn't fit. He would have fit if they would have went and got some fucking big man and ran him off some screens and shit like that, and come Jason Tatum off another, Jaylen Brown off curls and drop downs. I mean, shit, let me coach the Celtics, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Because the way I look at it, like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are playing out of position, right? They're just playing out of position, and then when you got Kemba Walker there, and you're not even using him to his best ability. Right. If I'm a point guard and I got Tatum and fucking Jaylen Brown on the wings, that's pick and roll all day. We should score all day with a king. Kemba Walker. Talk to me. Reedo. What's going on?
Man, nothing much, man. Just enjoying it, getting ready to see the rest of the season. I mean, the Celtics is my team, bro, but you know I root for the Clippers. You know what I mean? That's the team I root for. Cool with PG, man. I think they got a chance to do it also, bro. So that's who I'm rooting for, is them Clippers this year.
Yeah, they got Rondo. They got Rondo. They got Serge Ibaka. They they got some concrete dudes.
Remember, Kawhi and Serge played together on that championship team, man. So That's big to me, having them two
Exactly.
together, you know? So it's going to be interesting. I know y'all probably already talked about who y'all got winning.
No, I mean, we talk about it. We talk about it week in and week out. It changes. You know, I've thought the Lakers all along are going to be there, but we just haven't seen them healthy. They keep getting hurt. I mean, I don't doubt LeBron come playoff time, so they would still be my pick. I think Brooklyn in the East is just going to be too tough once they get KD back and they're fully healthy for any team to beat them in a series. But there's a lot of teams this year who can make a case. You can make a case for Philly with Joel Embiid playing at MVP level. Denver just added Aaron Gordon. They're nice. Utah has been great in the West as a team. Chemistry, the Clippers, like BD was saying, it really is wide open this year, man.
There's a lot of good teams, man. It's going to be interesting. And I also said, this is one thing I did say. If LeBron somehow beats this Nets team, all that Michael Jordan LeBron comparison needs to stop, man. If LeBron can beat this net team, I think that comparison is over.
I feel you too, man. I mean, what hasn't he done if he's able to do this again and beat another super team that's been assembled against him? It would tie in well with Space Jam coming out this summer. That's for sure.
It would.
You got to win that game too, though. That team looks tougher than the team Jordan had to play.
What do we feel about Space Jam? Reedo, what are you watching right now? What's funny to you? How do you feel about Space Jam? Did you see the trailer?
I seen the trailer for Space Jam. I don't know, man. It like Bugs Bunny to me is like he's up there, bro. Like as an actor, as when he does movies, Bugs Bunny is
the greatest, dog.
He's the greatest.
Oh my god, you can't fuck with Bugs Bunny.
You can't fuck with Bugs Bunny. So it's really all about what Bugs Bunny does. If Bugs Bunny leaves this movie like he did with Mike, like Bugs was really
he let
leaving
Michael
the
Jordan
movie
the whole time.
The whole time. If
Mike
Bugs
was saying shit in Space Jam. He was, really? Yeah. Oh, what does a tune do? And hopefully LeBron learns from Michael. I was about to say Jackson from Michael Jordan. Hopefully he learns from Michael Jordan. Work. And don't be like talking too much, man. We want to see the fucking tunes. But I did see that they animated him, which was different.
Yeah, kind of like how they did.
That
Sonic
was super different.
Right. That was dope. And I the way that the game looks, it's probably going to be really cool. Like the animation now is way better. So I think the game will probably be way better than the first Space Jam also. Yeah,
for sure. A lot of cameos. It's interesting how the cameos are, though, with guys like Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis and all these Dame Lillard. They are sort of the animated versions of themselves.
They're not playing themselves. Also,
it looks like it looks like them, but they're cartoonish and they're almost like the team that he has to beat is what it looks like of cool. All-Stars. Yeah. So it'll be interesting, man. Hey, Reedo, thank you for joining us here.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, man.
We really appreciate it. BD, I know he has to run too, but I want to make sure that everyone out there who tuned in, Reedo
is Reedo, tell us how to find you, dog. What we got going on. You know what I mean? When's the show?
You can find me on Instagram, Reedo Brown, Facebook, Reedo Brown. Everywhere, just Reedo Brown, Reedo Brown. I'll be in Atlanta this weekend. In a couple weeks, I'll be out in LA. So make sure you check Instagram and Facebook to make sure you get some tickets, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll definitely follow you. Boston guy with the Yankee hat on.
Hey,
don't when you're playing in Boston, maybe different hat on that night. Yeah. That's right, man.
Thank y'all.
Hey, we appreciate it. BD, I appreciate you, man. We're going to be going live again later tonight, so everyone needs to tap in for the big game, the championship game tonight. I see you.
Oh, because I just pulled up a PDF on somebody's computer, but I can't see you.
I see you. I see you. I will see you later right there. YouTube.com/SLiC. We are going to be live, doing a pregame with yourself, with Chris Johnson, with Earl Watson. I'm sure there'll be some other
Pooh Jetters coming on the show.
Dope. We're going to have other surprise guests coming in.
We're going to have some good guests.
It's going to be great. So if you want to tap in, you're going to be watching the national championship game anyway. Come watch with us live, a watch party, SLiC Sports on YouTube going down. We'll be live about 30 minutes before tip-off of the national championship game tonight, and then throughout the game, halftime, and post-game as well. It's going to be a fun place to talk all things basketball and all things the national championship. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Who Got Game. Make sure to follow us, SLiC, BD, Baron Davis, and I'm Jason Zone Fisher. You can follow me at JZ Fish. We're going to be giving away autographed Baron Davis rookie cards in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that too. We will see you same time, same place. Who Got Game right here every Monday. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you to our guest, Buster Scher, as well, for spending some time with us. Peace. We're out. See you in a couple hours.
On the streets when it's safe. Focus on the rap game, now the flow, I got it, man.